This tutorial is on finding rogue SMB file shares on your network. This video is a supplement to my article on my website at the URL you see in front of you. I highly recommend you read it so you understand half of what I'm talking about in this video. Click next when you're ready to actually view the demonstration. The first thing I'll do is create myself a new folder to use for share. Now if I right click on that folder and go to its properties or sharing and security, I can set permissions on that share. You'll notice I have a tab called sharing where I can set who has access to the share level, and I also have a tab called security where I can set NTFS file permissions. You'll also notice the default permissions on a share in Windows XP, which is what this system is to give everyone read rights. Underneath Windows 2000 it used to be read and write rights automatically, which is a much bigger problem. What you just saw was what sharing looks like while in classic mode. If I want to switch to guest only mode, I'd go to Settings, Control Panel, and find Administrative Tools. And once I'm inside of Administrative Tools, I'd go into Local Security Policy and change the setting to Guest Only. If it's set in Guest Only, instead of being prompted for a username and password when someone tries to connect to that share, they will automatically connect as guest if possible. You'll notice the property I change in local security settings is called Network Access: Sharing and Security Model for Local Accounts. Since set to guest only, notice that the security tab is completely missing, so I can't set NTFS file permissions, and the sharing tab is much less granular. I can't set for individual groups or users because only guests will be allowed to connect to the shares. If I want to see what shares are accessible from just the machine I'm currently on, I can go to my computer and find the machine name, then copy and paste it, go down to the run bar, type in the UNC code for this particular machine, / whatever the machine name is. At that point I'll be able to view what shares are available on this machine, barring certain ones like hidden shares that have a $ on the end of the name. Where you can view what shares are available is sort of a holdover from the old LAN manager servers. Basically you drop out to a command prompt and type net space view space and the name of the machine that you're trying to connect to, and it gives you a list of the non-hidden shares. For you Unix guys out there, you can do much the same thing with SMB client with the -L parameter. Another way built into the operating system is double click on My Network Places, then go into Entire Network, Microsoft Windows Network, find the group or domains you want to look into, and find the particular machine you want to look into, and bring up a list of shares that it has available. Now it's time for me to go into some of the better automated tools for looking for open file shares on a network. First, let's find out our IP range. You see I'm on the 192.168 reserved IP range. A popular tool that's recommended by a lot of books like Hacking Exposed is Legion. Unfortunately, Legion seems to use null sessions to try to connect, and since I'm trying to scan XP Service Pack 2 boxes, null sessions are turned off by default, so it doesn't see anything. A better tool for my purposes would be ShareNum. ShareNum is pretty cool because you can scan not only domains but IP ranges, and it reports to you whether or not you have write access to that particular share and what group is giving you that write access. As you see, it comes up with a few different results on various shares on the machines in my test lab. My favorite tool by far is SoftPerfect's NetScan. It's multi-threaded, so it's incredibly fast, and it's quick to pull out what IPs you'd want to use. You can go underneath options and set what kind of shares you actually want to view, and you can set whatever IP range you want. my case, I'll choose all shares. Since it's multi-threaded, it's very fast, and it uses the system icons to let you quickly know whether or not you have write access to those particular shares. If you go to view and bring up legend, you'll see a little description of each one of the different icons means. You can also save out a report as HTML for later viewing. There are a few ways you can disable file sharing on a system. Besides enabling a firewall, one thing you can do is go into Services and disable the Server service. I don't recommend this though, because it might have various side effects. So after I show you how to do it here, I'm going ahead and set it back to being on. A better way to turn off file sharing in Windows is just to go to the properties of the particular network adapter you want to turn off file sharing on, and then uncheck File and Printer Sharing for Microsoft Networks. Click Next to go to the Links part of this tutorial. These links should help you find out more information about rogue file shares and various defaults when it comes to Windows and file sharing. Special thanks go out to my cohorts Minion for his bandwidth, Droops at Informaticon.org, Nick at RootSecure.net for the news, and all of the folks at AntiOnline and BinRev.com for their support.